Stonebwoy is about to release a full reggae album. Adolfo, this is not easy. Very big news, good news to be precise. Everybody is happy because Run Go is a typical example of a song that shows Stonebwoy's lyrical prowess when it comes to reggae dancehall, specifically reggae. Also, Atlanta in the USA currently recording full reggae album. Now he will serve Ghanaians, he will serve Africans and the world hot. So on this conversation, Black Rasta's show on 3FM, so where he spoke a lot. Now he touched on the legend Fantan Moja out in a bar in Beamfest they see our Accra Sports Stadium, to whom God has called the reggae fraternity Esu, while talking about him, while talking about his experience with him, how he planned to have a project with this legend before, currently he's no more, no, Adolfo, and all this news. Out. Now, Ansana made this video no about chairman. Look, Stonebwoy is not being celebrated enough. The reason why I'm saying this, and it's he is one artist who have put on a lot of artists. I mean, Kelvin Boy, OV is one. He has blessed a lot of artists with verses. He has revived careers. He has brought back legends who faded in the music game. When he hops on the remix of your songs, it is instant banger. But I think, for weird reasons, which is highly, understandable. Now, Obeya Adiebi. At the end of Obeya, we all need to come together and push it. Reason, and it's we all complain. Say Stonebwoy, not just him, Ghanaian artists don't want to put up and coming artists on. Well, Stonebwoy is taking the lead. Now, he named himself Bennington Music, but he is launching another initiative known as Beam Nation Next Generation. This thing is already out there. We're putting on one or two artists, but it's now about to make it bigger, larger, and public. So Stonebwoy would be, nurturing up and coming artists, or be discover we training what you say now, we try videos recording binom, what you say, just to put them into the limelight or the verses, and so Ebema, the talented ones. This is not a small initiative. So Charlie, big respect to our boy Stonebwoy, one God, Minipa, Adolfo. So before anything, Mumenko tie in some okaye edefa Fantan Moja, and also the moment he announced his reggae album, Eba.
Oh my God, have mercy. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, Rasta. Give thanks.
I see. I can see you outside Ghana. Are you in America? Are you in Canada? Are you in Japan?
I'm somewhere in America, sir.
Whoa. Thank you so much for making time to talk to us. I know it's quite early in America.
Absolutely. I hope I can be heard clearly.
Very, very clearly. And millions of people across Africa and beyond are listening to you. Yes.
Give your thanks and praise every time. It's an honor to, to be hosted by your able self,
Jano.
Come on.
Jano.
As a godfather from time till now,
Jano.
Give thanks.
Respect, Stonebwoy. Okay. So, you were the first man to bring Fantan Moja here. We heard about his passing a couple of days ago. Did you hear it? How did you receive it?
Yes, I heard it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday in the night over this time. And it was just shocking. It was shocking, but I wouldn't believe, or even think death on anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially stars and people who have carried culture, message, upliftment all through. So it's a shock to the world, as it really is. But having close encounter, I could also confirm it to an extent, whereby when we actually brought our senior brother to Ghana to join us to be honored at the Beamfest, he was complaining of some illness somewhat, if I can call it illness, some distress, So we would just probably think it's, a long haul flight from Jamaica to Ghana, flying through New York and 10 hour, another 4 to 5 hour from Jamaica. So it's like a long hour. And He's not like a very, very young, person in his 20s or 30s, however. So he was complaining, so we had to get him some medications, get doctors on the line to speak and try to have him explain what it is, and therefore some form of prescription was made.
Wow.
So beyond that, he was able to gather himself and we played the show. And so, that's the only thing I can link it to, since we are reading in the news that it's actually something related to cardiac complications, something like that. So it just felt like, it's a sad one. But I'm happy to have honored him, because he's one of the greatest reggae artists that we have all encountered and grown on personally as a young youth. His songs Take Me Through, The Wishing For Me to Fall, all those ones I remember years and years and years ago. It took me through life, basically. So it's one of my very favorite reggae artists till this morning. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Interesting. I mean, I was going to ask you what pushed you to bring somebody like Fantan Moja. I mean, we have so many other artists and all that, but it looks like you have answered it. You grew up on his music. Which one would you say of his songs is your favorite? All-time favorite?
All-time favorite to be Hail the King. Hail the King is one of my about all-time favorite. I think I would have 3 of his songs being my all-time favorite, at least 3 of Fantan songs. So it was a personal, it was a personal thing to me to bring Fantan, because technically speaking, you realize that in the business at that particular juncture, it was not a thing where as far as I'm concerned, with it was made with a profitable mentality.
I agree.
It was just made to honor reggae music as well, and try to also continue to push reggae as well, because it's one of the musical genres that allows you to speak consciousness into the people. So for me, I'm always screwed on, as you can tell, as one of your students from time, that there is a need to continue to pattern the consciousness within the fun that is happening. So that was my 2 key reasons: pattern the consciousness in there, and also my personal favorite, to honor him, because I'm also looking at me as one day, however, I could be somebody's very favorite artist, let's say in Japan, and they might say, let's honor this guy. If we don't do it for ourselves, nobody will do it. So that's why I really did this movement, and to bridge Ghana, Jamaica. And I think a lot of people were so excited coming from the school that we come from, into this moment at the stadium. They were jamming to the classics, that he has.
I mean, I must congratulate you, Stonebwoy, pat you on the shoulder. I mean, we know that Ghana is more of a dancehall place than reggae, but you still went ahead to bring a reggae veteran like that, of course in contemporary times, to grace the big Beam Fest. Congratulations. But tell me, how was his stay like in Ghana, and what did it mean financially to bring him home? Was it expensive?
Yes, it's expensive. I mean, it can be relative to who. I mean, the amount can be relative to whoever in terms of expensive, but as far as I'm concerned, no artist is cheap. You can even give them 2 million, 3 billion, and they can decide not to do it. So I put a lot of reverence on that. So it was expensive as well. And I think I can also add to the fact that Ghanaians, I believe, that loved reggae, loved reggae even before dancehall. As far as, it's just my submission,
for real.
But it's just the fact that the level of consciousness in creativity in music right now has dwindled a little bit, so the attention. But I feel like people still love reggae. Is the way it's going to be packaged, is the age range as well. That's just a little thing I want to add, so that we don't give up on the fact that reggae still must be heard or must be pushed or must be promoted. Because if you check many of our gospel songs from way back, even till now, all had reggae vibes, Esther Smith, all those ones. She would confess having sampled some reggae songs and all of those ones. Just sharing. But in terms of finances, it takes a lot to actually bring artists from over Jamaica, because the peak seasons most of the seasons we do Beam Fest is in December.
Yes.
So every day, if you check tickets right now, as you want to buy tickets for December, you'll be talking about at least between 5, to any and above 1,000 USD for a business class ticket. So if you're flying like just 3 people, let's say you're even doing premium economy for 2 and then master artist 1, plus accommodation, plus ground transportation, plus feeding, plus per diems, plus performance fees, then you are going to be going into some very decent amounts. And I believe that behind closed doors, you and I know the amount that Fantan was actually, leveled with. And,
yes.
So it's not cheap at all for an artist like myself without any support, where I can stand and say that most of the, avenues, especially the alcoholic beverage avenue sponsorships that we used to partner, not even like for free, avenues that give us business partnerships to do these shows have been shut down by some authorities, where, those are the areas that are able to, because of how marketable those products are, and how public seeking they have to go, they partner. But over here, it's very difficult to actually, raise finances to do such caliber of shows. But we always find that passion leads it all, and we are able to scrape the ground and put 1 or 2 together to continue to showcase Ghana in that light. So it's never cheap. It is really never cheap. And you find out that mostly I do more than one. Last 2 years, if you can remember, I think Davido was there. I still had Spice. I still had Spraga Benz. I still had Jashi. So we've just been pushing.
Stonebwoy, how do you do this without sponsorship? I mean, I know Stonebwoy is a big brand. Are you telling me that when you go around performing, the monies you make, you bring that back home and then you spend that on Beam Fest without sponsorship?
Absolutely. That's just how you reinvest in oneself. So,
wow.
I think 90% or 80% of the time, that's how I actually rewire.
All right. Was Fantan Moja happy when he came home? What were his impressions? And when he left, what message did he share with you that you want to share with us?
I mean, right from the onset, Fantan was very happy that he was coming to Ghana. So, all till showtime, everything was still cool. And then, right after, some 1 or 2 politics in the back that I had to address immediately. That was about it. But personally, as brother to a senior brother, he has been happy because, of course, that's why I continue to say that you're privy to the level of hospitality that I always meet my people.
Right.
I respect them from the get-go. From the get-go, I wouldn't do to them what I would not love to be done to. So I make sure that I give them the best experiences. And he would have loved to actually go around. And you realize they came in a bit early as well. And so I'm sure that now it's making sense that if not for the health conditions, we would have been able to do a few tours here and there as he would have loved, because he was mentioning us going here and going there. I was also actually pushing to take him to the castles, at least the one in Osu, the one in Jamestown, to see some of the stuff. And if there was time, we could go also to Cape Coast. But then, day broke, and then it's like, oh, he's asleep. Then we realized the health condition, but so we had to get a doctor on the line and all that. So, but irrespective, I'm definitely sure the feedback was amazing. The manager himself personally was grateful that he touched the motherland. And I believe it was something that was in line and divine for me to do, because here now he's passed and gone. But I'm sure that would have been one of the very, few times that he would touch the motherland, if not the only time,
Did you make time to have a collaboration? Did you have a plan? When was the last time you spoke, and what did you speak about?
Yeah, during the conversations to have him here, we were both interested in a collaboration, and we thought we could have fixed one when he came, which would have been very, very more, which would have been nicer, whereby we would be able to get content, however. So that was on the back of our minds also to do. I mean, it was not something we wanted to do before the show, regardless, because there was a lot of things going on. I wanted him to take it easy, not to feel like, any pressure. So I think that is unfortunate. The collaboration conversation was definitely hard, but would have been, because I'm actually working on my reggae album right now.
Oh, wow.
Where I am in the States, in Atlanta.
Wow.
I'm working on a full reggae album for next year. So, yeah. I mean, I just broke the news. That's why I'm out here.
Interesting.
Yes, so he would have been on the album for sure.
Oh my God. So you are hearing it for the first time. Stonebwoy is recording another reggae album. Oh my God. At a time that dancehall has eaten a lot into the fiber of the Ghanaian populace in terms of concert goers, what still pushes you to do reggae?
Because reggae is absolutely something that I believe I'm blessed with, because the reggae tracks, the last time I released a body of work as reggae was 9 years ago. Next year, yes, on the episodes of Mama, next year is going to be the 10th year. So things are just falling in line. Actually speaking, I've had this reggae. I mean, I've had some of the fans say, bro, we need a reggae album, not knowing that even I want to drop a solid reggae album anyway. I've been having a project and fine-tuning and getting more. And then this year, when the year started, I knew that, okay, when we read the ecosystem, realize that, we are not getting any younger as well. That's one. And then the foundation of, my purpose would not change, irrespective. You'd have to know how to commercialize as an artist, but also stay true to the messaging. So I believe that I would not sway from the messaging, because if you check my catalog, you realize that there's so much inspirational music, music that has content based on inspiration and it has a message that people have held on to from inception. So this time, I really want to bring back that love. If it's obvious that on a big festival like Beamfest, I had to actually go out of way to bring Fantan Moja. To be very honest, the management, not to disrespect, but the management was not in line with the decision, because they were thinking only business and ticket value and all these ones. But I was also foot stamped on the fact that I don't mind. Let us incorporate, let us push. So as for reggae music, I think is one of the only ones that can heal the world, as far as I'm concerned, because of the type of music that it is. It is mostly related to Jamaicans. Of course, they created reggae, but then they would confess and tell you that the drums come from Africa, and where it's not only the drums, some melodies that is deeper.
For real.
So it's our style of music in as much. And when I say this, I get some controversy out there in Jamaica, which I've dealt with a few times. It's music of black origin, and we can relate to it even more, so we don't have to let it slide out of the system.
For real.
For me, definitely I'm a reggae lover, 100%, and we are working on a reggae album now as we speak for next year.
We as reggae people would like to say thank you to you, Stonebwoy, for keeping the pace and pushing reggae music, even though it is at a time that a lot of the youth are all saying dancehall and all that. I see that you are playing at the OVO Arena in Wembley on the 15th of August 2026, and you are carrying along Samini, Kwabena, Euphoria Ponsa, and Dope Nation. Hey.
Yeah.
OVO Arena. So far, how is it going? 15th August. You have a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
1 month.
Nah, not really. Not really. The advertisement has been out for a while now. We plan to have like a 6-month push. I think we started quite early. They say it's OVO and OVO. They call it both ways. So OVO Arena Wembley is a 12,500 seater capacity, and it will be known that this would be one of the first attempt basically by a Ghanaian outside of Ghana, you know, to try to move into the arena space. I mean, it is solely inspired by the need to progress, because we've all witnessed how I have managed to do Accra Sports Stadium twice, you know, and all the stadiums, you know, Tamale, all those ones I go to, all those ones. It's just to uplift, you know, the image, you know, of our industry. Because take away these moments, you're going to realize that we have hardly done the most. You see, within the country and even outside of the country. I mean, God bless, we are all witnesses of how many festivals, how many shows that I would play outside to represent Ghana in as much as it's a brand Stonebwoy, you know. So we decided that, listen, let's continue to push this, because we do not have anybody to do it for us. Looking on how our fellow brothers, especially Nigerians, are excelling, you know, in that capacity, selling out even stadiums outside of their home nation.
Right.
There are a lot of factors that make that possible, you know, but it is not impossible for a Ghanaian. It is not impossible for Ghanaians also. You know what I'm saying?
For
like
real.
You can, and that's, yes. So for me, I'm one of the persons who's very inspired by the need for excellence. At least if you push, you get to a point. So I say, no, this year, let's take the Beam Fest as we did in December. Let's take it through, because there's an already existing brand, you know, that has that capacity. So that's the brand that we can push outside.
For real.
Which is the Beam Fest.
For real. Are you getting support from Ghanaian promoters and all that in England and other places for that, for the concert?
I mean, fairly, we are supposed to, especially with the known names. And truth be told, they have not been exempted from any conversation ever when it comes to Stonebwoy's, you know, endeavors outside of Ghana, especially in the UK. You know, we've had conversations ever. I'm very, very 100% sure that they are always aware and they would be engaged one way or the other. And I'll say kudos to the young promoters as well. They have also fresh energy, and they've always been in the back doing the most, you know. So we just need to credit them as well, so that they can be going hard and hard. But if you can check realistically, ticketing is not, ticket sales for concert going has actually, not been on the highest like that.
Okay.
For quite some time now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are actually an industry person who knows into event and etc., you realize that it's not an easy space to operate within, especially within, let's say, a special genre like ours, whereby when it's Afrobeat, you realize that Afrobeat directly is dominated by Nigerians, and they have several capacities.
Yes.
And that have propelled and will always continue to push them. I mean, I was in Mawazin the other day, where I performed over there, and to represent and push. And we just have to keep our names in the light so that we can be able to do stuff like this. So 15th of August, we are ready. We're bringing Ghanaian royalty, which is OVO Arena Samini, Kwabna, Dope Nation. We have Stylo G from London, and we have some surprises. We're going to be announcing a few more along the way, just to bring them that Ghana energy. And once we're done with OVO, then it would have broken the camel's back, where Ghanaians and our people will know that, look, we can also represent Ghana at arena levels and at stadium levels, at venues that are actually impressive and will carry a lot of capacity, because Ghanaians really do patronize Nigerians a lot, and they will tell you, but when it comes to theirs, they would rather find much more reason to go out. And that's one of the things that I really find difficult to understand. But it is a gradual movement, whereby one day we will realize that we need to make priority for our own stuff,
Stonebwoy Burniton, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you for talking to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rasta. Thank you.
We
I'm so
appreciate
grateful
you.
for the time as well. Yeah, man. So on your platform, I just want to let everybody know, everybody's tuning in and listening to Black Rasta. You know, is on the 15th of August. Let us make Ghana great. I know a lot of people will be going on vacations from Ghana. I was hearing you earlier on. You know, there are a lot of rich people in Ghana. You know, they'll be going to vacations. So we are seeking and asking them to just glance through the OVO Arena and support the Ghanaian vibe. And we're also open to partnering or, you know, getting into conversations that will continue to sell Ghana brands out there, you know, in terms of support.
So, Adolfo, it is what it is. I mean, Charlie, big respect to Stonebwoy. Big respect to him. Now, what do you have to say? Charlie, make we know under the comment section. Vimbas TV, so, and CP.
Vimbas TV.